Hi, and welcome back to our channel TVCO, where we provide you new issues that occur in Malaysia, new issues, our business. Today, our issues will be on the public sector governance, where in 2020, it is quite a talkable issue among the public. First of all, what is governance? And why is good governance very important? And how we can achieve good governance in the public sector? All these questions will be answered in today's discussion, so stay tuned with us until the end. We begin with the first question. What is governance in public sector? Governance is a process implemented by the board to manage and monitor the activities of the organization in achieving its objectives. The next question is, why good governance is very important and how can we achieve good governance? These questions can be answered when we go through the issues related to public sector governance. The first issue that we would like to talk about today is accountability. In order to understand more about this issue and the solutions to it, as a viewer, you can stay tuned to our next video.
Public sector governance is concerned accountability tasks in relation to specific goals of this sector, which are not only limited to service delivery per se, for example, cost and also quality of service, but also include the impact of the policies on the community or the society at large. According to one study made by Said Alam and Johari in 2018, they stated that public sector organization who is expected to follow the rules of law and manage the funds ethically, that means they need to hold high accountability, as it is one of the important criteria to have good governance. In 2009, Malaysia has introduced a new approach to transforming the government and public sector by focusing on 6 national key results areas under the government transformation program, with the objective of changing the government machinery to be more effective in its services delivery and to be accountable for outcomes that matter most to people, as well as to aid the country in becoming an advanced, united, and just society with high standards of living. Service delivery could reflect the gap in accountability across the public agencies. Furthermore, there's a number of issues in Malaysia's public sector is on accountability. These issues has been highlighted prior to 2012 in the report of the Auditor General, including issues on the negligence of the public officials who fails to uphold their duty of protecting government interests. The report further discussed the weaknesses are due to the negligence of the officer, such as their inability to comply with the rules and regulations, lack of monitoring, and also lack of project management skills, and failure to attend to the outcome or effect of the program, activities or project that will result in wastage of a significant amount of money. This finding has generated concern among the public on the integrity and also the accountability of public sector to protect national security while failing to manage and control the asset efficiency efficiently for the best interests of progress of nation. To add, the failure of officers to adhere to Treasury instructions has tarnished the image of the Ministry of the public sector as a whole. These few cases highlight the numerous weaknesses that lead to the public to question public sector management of employees and adherence accountability, which this will reflect to the level of integrity, transparency, and among the public sector management in the implementations of good governance. So, possible suggestion to improve accountability is through changing their performance measurement system. The need for the larger extent of accountability mostly goes hand in hand with more autonomy. So they can have a new performance management device in which the government and the public organization can make arrangement in setting the new benchmark that can be used by various stakeholders like officials in the ministry, and the top level administrators, and also the managers in the public organizations. In terms of performance report, it needs to be scrutinized and reviewed monthly or perhaps weekly to ensure the public entities are properly accounting for their performance. Secondly, give adequate training to management of public sector in order to enhance their responsibility, credibility, and competencies. This can be done through submitting an annual accountability declaration by every public agencies. Finally, government should conduct a program in promoting higher accountability. One of the program can be tighten up the governance policy that relates to the accountability. Aligned with the program, government should improve public administration drafting laws and policies and preparing good quality service delivery. So, in improving government accountability, it is important for the benefits of public as well as the crucial elements that can reflect to the good governance of the public sector organization, in which it will help the government to maintain the confidence and gain public trust. Any public organization, they should be held responsible for the action in any decision made by them, which eventually could enhance the efficiency in accountability, which will lead to the high integrity system and also be more transparent in their performance.
We meet again for the next issue, which is integrity. For integrity issues, I would like to focus more on housing area maintenance because I believe that integrity issues in housing area maintenance have been an ongoing topic for a very long time. Maintenance in housing area are conducted by local authorities, which now here should be conducted by Majlis Perbandaran Negeri Sepang, where they should manage buildings and infrastructure of this housing area. As you can see, along the way we could see debris, tree branches and broken facilities are not being thrown away. However, as we can see, the infrastructure here have not been thrown away and it's not very safe to be used. And all the debris for upgrading the infrastructure have not been thrown away. So accident might occur because of this improper maintenance. According to the people who live here, there is no proper or systematic procedure in conducting maintenance around the area. And when complaints are made, we can see several workers doing their work, but there is no supervisor who monitors them. So how can we make sure they are working with integrity? By finishing their job properly and completely. And supposedly, every organisation should have a supervisor to monitor their work. So if there is no supervisor here, does it mean the supervisor is not doing their job properly? So this is the questions that the public who live here have been asking. Integrity is something that we cannot prove without transparency. So what local authorities can do is they need to have proper maintenance management system that can give proper job description as well as a systematic schedule for public to see. Moreover, supervisors should properly supervise the maintenance to make sure everything is done properly. And lastly, be transparent in the system used. For example, disclose all information in the work done as well as financial report for maintenance to the public. Next, I will pass to my colleague Hannah for the next issue.
I'm Hina Balkis. I'll be discussing on the third issue of the public sector governance, which is transparency. According to Wigmore, transparency is one of the main pillars of good corporate governance. The implication of the transparency is that all actions of an organization should be sufficiently scrupulous to be subject to the public scrutiny. Moreover, transparency is seen as the way to increase the trust in the government. Is a problem occur due to this matter. Studies by non-governmental organisation and independent body indicate that Malaysia needs to work hard to increase its accountability and transparency. Public information are not always readily available and in many instances are not accessible. Malaysia has been provided limited details on the expenditure and financial operation of the central government during the budget year. Problem occur is that it makes it very difficult for the people or citizen to hold the government accountable for managing the public money. The issue with transparency now. As we all know, COVID-19 disease has become an ongoing disease and all cases around the world are increasing day by day as well as in Malaysia. Therefore, efforts to develop a vaccines against this disease have been recognized. Recently, in phase 3 testing, several COVID-19 vaccines shows 95% effectiveness in preventing symptomatic COVID-19 infection. Therefore, the national authorities have approved 6 vaccines for public use. Most of the countries have started to purchase the vaccines, but there are some issues arise in Malaysia when there is no call for transparency on COVID-19 vaccines. It is on the registration and purchasing, vaccine prices and prioritization on distribution of COVID-19 vaccines. Khairy Jamaluddin, Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, has announced commitments to purchase a package of COVID-19 vaccines and options for further orders, and the Malaysian government would spend RM2.05 billion on the purchase of vaccines for 26.5 million Malaysians. Malaysia has done well to sign contracts with a number of companies to deliver enough the vaccines to cover 83% of the population, but there is no clear information and details about this. Hence, the minister and government needs to be transparent about the technical rationales, criteria and pricing of his department's purchasing decisions and need to respond to the very relevant point raised by the COVID Research Centre Kuala Lumpur, as well as on the transparency of vaccine prices from each individual company. Openness and equitable contract terms between low and middle income countries and large and powerful multinational pharmaceuticals companies so that the detail and information is delivered clearly to the public. Who should be among the first to receive the COVID-19 vaccine? This is an issue hotly being debated worldwide, but medical experts unanimously agree that frontline health workers and high-risk group should be given the priority to receive the vaccine. In Malaysia, governments of Malaysia just informed that the priority for receiving the vaccine should be given to the frontliners and high-risk group, but there is no validity regarding this matter. Therefore, the government should make an official announcement regarding this matter that the medical frontliners are given priority first, followed by the elderly who suffer from chronic disease, as these people are at increased risk of complication after they are infected with the coronavirus disease. So, here with me is Miss Sophia and her friends. Miss Sophia, what is your opinion and thoughts regarding the transparency of COVID-19 vaccines?
As we know, the government has announced to spend RM2.05 billion to purchase the COVID-19 vaccine. So in my opinion, and me myself as a Malaysian citizen, I think it is crucial for the government to announce and give a specific and detailed information about this to the public.
Thank you. So, here with me is Ms. Raiha. Ms. Raiha, what is your opinion regarding the announcement made by the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Khairi Jamaluddin?
So, in my opinion, the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation should be more transparent about the criteria as well as the price when purchasing COVID-19 vaccine for Malaysian in his department so that people will gain trust on him.
Okay, thank you. Here with me is Ms. Raina. Ms. Raina, what is your opinion and thought regarding the transparency statement made by the government that the frontliners should be prioritized by giving the COVID-19 first, then followed by the elderly who are with the chronic disease?
In my opinion, I think that the government has stated this statement before, but I think it is much better for the government to officially announce it to the public so that there is validity on this matter.
Alright, thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Improving government accountability is important for the benefits of public, as well as a crucial element that can reflect to the good governance of public sector organisation, in which helps the government to maintain confidence and gain public trust. Any public organisation should be held responsible for the action in any decision made by them, which eventually could enhance their efficiency in integrity system and be more transparent in their performance. Integrity is a feature that every human should have, especially in an organization. This is because without integrity, any governance will fall, as we can see in the recent issue regarding the halal meat, where when integrity in oneself is already gone, will impact not just ourselves, but also our relationship with Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala and also public. In order to ensure integrity exists in public organisation or public sector governance, transparency in a system is needed to gain trust from public. Last but not least, to make the public service delivery system efficient, transparency is required. It provides citizens with ready information in a way that they may able to claim their rights. Transparency is appropriate in order to increase public confidence, strengthen public trust, and reduce corruption. I think that's all from me. Thank you. Back to the studio.
Thank you to all of my colleagues for elaborating all the issues regarding public sector governance. I believe that all the questions have been answered by us in our episode this time. For the closing of today's issues, a good governance in the public sector can be achieved if they have accountability, integrity, and transparency in their systems, and as an individual. And it also can gain trust from public as well as reduce corruption that happen in this country. We in TVCO would like to wish the best for Malaysia, and let us see each other next time in TVCO. New issues, our business.